Hello, I'm Dr. Jeremy Owa, and I'm your Deputy Superintendent here at Little Rock School District. Before becoming an administrator, I served as an English teacher for ninth and 10th grade students at Little Rock Parkview Magnet High School. One of the main reasons why I became an English teacher because I had a strong passion and love for reading and for grammar and just the English language. And the reason why I did or have a strong love for that, for literature, is because of my English teachers, my parents, who really instilled the value of reading in me and my siblings at an early age. I would always spend a lot of time at the local county library reading books such as The Hardy Boys or The Boxcar Children, even eventually moving up to Stephen King, and even as an adult enjoying the Harry Potter series, just different genres of literature. And so, reading will definitely open up doors for your language, your speech, your vocabulary, and it really helps the level of uh, vocabulary that you developed will benefit you in an array aspects or parts of your life. And so I definitely uh, glad that you have decided to join this initiative of Little Rock School District, and I look forward to sharing this first chapter of this text with you. This is a great book, and for you all to really dive into it and think about things outside the box of innovative things that you can do as a young entrepreneur, like Billy has done. And so, exciting to join you in this journey in reading this text, Billy Shure, Kid Entrepreneur. And so, we're going to start with chapter one, and it's entitled Backstage at Better Than Sleeping. I'm Billy Shure. You've probably heard of me. Wait, that sounds weird. Like, who is this kid and why does he think I've heard of him? But it's not like that. I mean, I'm not like that, and you probably weren't thinking that anyway. Because, well, like I said, you probably heard of me because I am that Billy Shure, the famous kid entrepreneur, inventor, and CEO of Sure Things Incorporated. At the point I am also the kid who is sitting on the blue couch in a plain little room backstage at the Better Than Sleeping show. Maybe you will see me on the show tonight if your parents let you stay up that late on a school night. If not, maybe you can watch it in your room with the sound turned way down. Just don't get caught. I don't want to be the kid who gets your TV taken away. You're bouncing your legs, Manny tells me. Manny Reyes is my best friend. He's also the chief financial officer of Sure Things Incorporated, which is just a fancy way of saying he likes crunching numbers and has a really smart head for business. I don't even realize I was I didn't even realize I was doing it. I look at my legs, reason number 35 why Manny is the greatest CFO. He is also always right. My knees are definitely pouncing and bouncing like a ping pong ball on a trampoline. Don't do that when you're on stage, Manny continues. It makes you look nervous. Don't pick your nose either, or burp, or throw up. Definitely don't throw up. But I'm nervous. I might throw up. I said. Manny gets a puzzled look on his face. Why? You've been on TV before. Just the local news. This is national TV. Millions of people will be watching. Manny grins. Exactly. That is a fantastic marketing opportunity. So don't blow it. Way to make me less nervous, I replied, grabbing my knees in an attempt to stop my bouncing leg. My dad leans forward. He's sitting at the other end of the blue couch. You'll do great, Billy. We're proud of you. I just wish your mother could be here. My mom travels a ton as a scientist doing research for the government. I don't know much more than that. She's been on an assignment for a while now, but she knows all about what's been going on with me because we email a lot. Why do I have to be here? My sister Emily moans. She hasn't looked up from her cell phone in 3 hours. I'm bored, hungry, and thirsty. I couldn't just leave you at home while we came to New York, Emily. That would be illegal, replies my dad. I'm 14, she argues, keeping her eyes on her phone, and I'm very mature for my age. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Sure you are, Ninja Spider, I taunt her. Lately, Emily wears only black. Black shirts, black pants, black shoes, black everything. That's why I've nicknamed her Ninja Spider. Emily finally looks up from her phone to glare at me. She wipes her blonde bangs out of her face. Everyone says we look alike, which is weird because she's a girl. She notices my legs are bouncing again, despite my best efforts to stop them. A kangaroo called. He wants his legs back, she says. Before I can think of a comeback, a can of soda appears in front of Emily's face. Soda? Someone asks. I heard you say you were thirsty. In the room across the hall, there's a fridge full of free drinks, stuff to eat too. Chips, candy, fruit, if you're feeling healthy. Emily, being in a classic Emily mood, takes in a deep breath. I know her well enough to know that when she exhales, she'll snap that she doesn't want a soda, she wants to go home. But before she speaks, she looks up and sees who's holding the can in front of her. Dustin Peeler. I'm sure you know who Dustin Peeler is, too. See, I don't just say that about myself. Not that I think I'm as famous as Dustin Peeler. In case you don't know, Dustin Peeler is the most popular teen musician on the planet at this very moment. He can sing, he can dance, he can walk on his hands. He can play guitar, piano, drums, English horn, and the didgeridoo upside down. According to Emily, he is the most gorgeous human being who ever graced the earth with his presence. Dustin Peeler smiles his perfect smile, teeth glistening like ocean waves on a sunny day. Emily's mouth drops open, her jaw practically scraping the floor. Thank you, she manages to squeak out as she takes the can of soda. Her knees begin to shake. No problem, he replies. Now who's part kangaroo? I whisper, pointing discreetly to Emily's shaking knees. But Emily ignores me. She still can't take her eyes off Dustin. I try again. My sister is seriously making a fool of herself, and I feel like it's my duty to let her know. Emily, I whisper a little louder this time, you look really dumb with your mouth hanging out like that. And then Dustin Peeler notices me for the first time. Hey, you're the all bald dude. That thing is awesome. Thanks, I say. An assistant sticks her head in. Dustin, we're ready to do your hair. But his hair is already perfect, Emily says, like she's in a trance. Oh, they're just doing their jobs, Dustin says, smiling another dazzling smile. Have fun out there. He gives us a double thumbs up and leaves. Emily resumes breathing. Who was that? Dad asks. Emily sighs. He said the all ball was awesome, Manny says. Maybe we could get him to do an endorsement of some kind, or even write us a jingle, quietly singing, all ball, the only ball you ever need. Manny pulls out his phone and types a note to himself. I told you Manny has a great head for business. He has a ton of brilliant ideas about how to sell Sure Things Incorporated's products. Without Manny, I wouldn't have a business. Just a bedroom full of inventions and dirty laundry and a few hidden candy bars. Okay, maybe a dozen. Emily pulls out her phone again and immediately starts texting all of her friends that Dustin Peeler just handed her a can of soda. She even texts a picture of the can. I'm keeping this can forever, she announces. Be sure to rinse it out, Dad says. I guess it was cool to meet Dustin Peeler. I've never bought any of his songs, but I've certainly heard them. But I'm much more excited about the other guests on Better Than Sleeping Tonight. Manny spots him first, standing out in the hallway. Hey, he says, isn't that the baseball player you like, Carl somebody, the shortstop? Like is a slight understatement. Carl Barrett has been my favorite athlete since I was in kindergarten. I have every Carl Barrett baseball card, Carl Barrett bobbleheads, a nearly life-size poster of Carl Barrett hanging on my door. I know all of his stats, his favorite kind of bat, what he puts on his hamburgers, his burgers. My brain is screaming, Carl Barrett, but my mouth is saying nothing. My jaw is hanging open, but no words are coming out. Possibly a little drool, but no words. Then Carl Barrett notices me staring at him. Instead of getting as far away as possible from the weird kid with his staring problem, he smiles and starts walking over to me. Hi, he says, shaking my hand. I'm Carl Barrett. Billy Sure, I managed to murmur. Carl nods. That's what I thought. You invented the all ball, right? Now it's my turn to nod. Yes, I say I did. I seem to be limited to one-syllable words and two-word sentences. I agreed to do the show tonight because they told me you were going to be on it, he says, chuckling. What? Man, that all ball is great, Carl continues enthusiastically. My kids love it. Heck, my teammates love it. We've got one in the locker room. Double what? I can practically see Manny's eyes turn into dollar signs. He whips out his phone and taps another note to himself. Thank you, I croak, keeping to my one-syllable, two-word rule for talking to Carl Barrett. Carl reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a pen and notepad. I'm sorry to do this, but would you mind signing an autograph for my kids? They'll be so excited I met you. Carl Barrett just asked me for my autograph? What kind of bizarre, backward world am I living in? What next? Emily asking for my opinion on her outfit? Sure, I reply. You got it. 3 words and 1 sentence. A new record for talking to Carl Barrett. I sign a shaky autograph on the notepad and hand it back to him. Thanks, he says. I really appreciate it. Before my head can explode, the assistant hurries back into the room. Billy, we're ready to do your hair. Carl laughs. Bet you thought you knew how to do your own hair. Welcome to being famous. And that concludes chapter 1. Hope you enjoyed it like I did. And so the next step is take time to tell and share with your parents, siblings, friends, teachers, what you thought about chapter 1. You have received a parent's guide, student guide, reading guide. So please take time to read the questions that go along with this chapter and prepare to read chapter 2. And I'm excited and looking forward to come to your school to hear what great things that you're coming up with, innovative things that you're coming up with. And so please keep me informed. I enjoyed this time with you. Hope you had a great time with me as well. Looking forward to the next time. Take care.